Hey guys, welcome to eRide channel. My name is Oleg, and today I'll try to compare and answer some questions you might have about the DRT from Ride1up and Ghostcat F3X model. This one is kind of older version now because the new one have a little bit more upgrade, but it should be the same design. So let's go over it, okay? The speed wise, it would be about the same. I think DRT about 1 mile less. With my weight on, I reach 34 miles solid. On the boost mode with Ghostcat, I reach 35. Okay, it does not have boost mode, but you do need to unlock both of them. So both of them comes as class 2 bicycles, so it's 20 miles limited, and then you have to unlock it. You would need to contact customer service and unlock it. Okay, so first I will show you how it will look on the Ghostcat. So I'm 5'11" feet tall, and it is very soft. Nice fork. It's forks a little bit different on both of them, but rear shock about the same. Currently they have new shocks used on the F3X model. Now it's KKE model, yeah, KKE versus to current one I have DNM, but I try them on Expert. I don't feel like much difference, about the same I would say. So they say it's a little bit improvement, but for me, it looks like the same. And the DRT have the same shock actually, DNM. So basically identical shocks. DRT a little bit longer, different tires now, but the brakes very similar. It's 2 or 3 millimeter disc with a 4 piston on the front and rear, same thing on F3X. So they are basically very similar as specs wise, but you can see different in the frame design. Both of them very soft and comfortable. Let me show you how it will sit on DRT now. Show you how it will look on DRT model. And again, I'm 5'11" feet tall. Rear shock is a little bit firmer, feels a little bit, but not a lot. It's also bouncy. The fork, it's has about the same movement. They're very similar, but DRT have a little bit better fork, I would say. It's more stable, like much more like motorcycle type, dirt bike. So it's a little bit more heavy fork. I'll show you as well close up. Also DRT have some more adjustment. It has a locking and preload adjustment, okay? While the F3X only have locking adjustment. So you cannot really do any preload adjustment, but I didn't have any issue riding off-road on F3X. While DRT, when I was riding off-road, was keep overheating, and I would have to wait for about 5 minutes to cool it down, because it would shut down after riding in the first hill. Every hill would shut down, but on the flat surface it was just fine. Again, it might change based on your weight. So if you weight lighter than me, you should have probably no problem at all, but if you're over 200 pounds, the bike might start to be overheated, and it was not as hot actually. So the difference are the forks. On DRT, it's a 150 millimeter travel by RST. It's axle through, very safe to have it. It's like more motorcycle, it's a little bit more heavy duty. On F3X, it is still heavy duty fork, also axle through, but it's by KKE, and it has 120 millimeter travels. It's a little bit less, but it's bring a lot of weight with DRT. So the weight difference, it's about 82 pounds currently, F3X with my battery, 20 amp. The new one will be 25. So if you order now, it will be a little bit more heavy because you're gonna get also larger battery. So DRT is about 106 pounds, I believe. So it's almost like 20 pounds difference. So that makes big difference as a speed wise and the power, because they have about the same power, but because of the 20 pounds difference, you're gonna notice DRT will start to overheat after some hills. So let's get close everything, and I'll show you in the shade, because under the sun it's too hot. So let's get to the shade, so I'll show you more. So also the difference in size. So the F3X 33 inches from the ground. The DRT is about 34 inches from the ground, the seat. So it's a little bit taller bike. I noticed the F3X would like suck a little bit more than DRT. Just because it's a little bit different swing arm design. DRT have a Bafang motor, while the F3X has a sofa motor, and it's rated as a continuous 1500 power, and Bafang motor rated to 1000. They do some boost, that's why it's reaches the same power and same speed about. The controller on F3X now, mine is 40. It will be 45 now. If you order now, it will be 45 amp. With DRT, I believe it's 35 amp controller. I never open up, but you can see also the handlebar. On F3X, it's more like sporty style. It's a bit low and it's more flat. With DRT, it's more like raised and it's higher, about 30. It's 42 inches on the F3X, and DRT is like 44 inches. Display wise, both of them is great. Let's turn it on. I need to turn the battery on. Okay, so I'm gonna turn both of them so you can see. Ghostcat have very nice bright display. You can see on the sun. Both of them, it's a 52 volt system. Fully charged is 52.3 volt. So it's basically very similar 52 volt system, and it's a little bit different display over here. It's more wide this way. Again, handles now very similar as well. Very nice grips on both of the bicycles. With DRT, you can actually attach the rear, like a side mirror. The control, it's a little bit different on F3X. It's a little bit like this: headlight on and off switch. On DRT, it's more simple like this, so it's a little bit different. The brake system are great on both of the bicycle. I notice the tires a little bit different, of course, but they provide very good grip off-road as well. I rode this off-road, have zero issue going over all the bumps and off-road conditions. Same thing on DRT. I feel a bit more safer to go on the straight, like on the straight road over the bumps, because the tires, it's a bit more like off-road, bumpy. They're a little bit more noisy, much more noisy on the street. You're gonna hear it a lot. It's by Innova. It's 20x4, while the F3X, it has CST Scott. It's also it's also 20x4 inches wide. The fenders, I think it's been improved, but it's very similar, I would say. There is not much difference. You're gonna get dirty on both of them. Again, on DRT, you have more options to attach second battery. Some people attach, they actually even sell second battery if you want to, but new one will have already 25 amps, so it will have 5 amp more. It's give you at least 20% more battery right out of the box. The frame built pretty well on both of the bicycle, both of them aluminum, about same thickness of the tubes. The seat a little bit longer on F3X, that's why I also include the pegs. DRT, I think, selling the rack and also the pegs. I don't know if two people will feel like fit, but if you extend it seat, I don't know, it's only have like limit. So it feels like a bit firmer on DRT, but it is pretty nice riding. I didn't have any issue. It's good for off-road as well. Controller on F3X is underneath, while on DRT it's right over here in the frame. So they did improvements. So this one is kind of older version, so the improved one will have actually 45 amp controller, and also I believe it will have shorter arms, so you will have better pedaling. The only thing I didn't like about F3X, the pedaling would not be as comfortable as on DRT. I find better pedaling on DRT because they're very short arms. So again, I believe they improve it now, so the new models, whichever you order, should have better pedaling as well. Both of the bicycles come with a tail light, headlight, a little bit different headlight. Here's from DRT, and let's turn on F3X. So this is the headlight. Both of them great. I think the one is not on, it's just daylight, but axle through. As you can see, the fork longer, much longer. That's why it's more heavy. About same thickness, so it should have same probably durability Everything else, you need to decide which one you like the most, and of course the price difference. I cannot tell you the exact price today because the price changed on Ghostcat. They reduce the price right now back to whatever was before, but if the tariffs come back or whatever, they might increase the price. Also DRT on sale like around 2500 right now, but usually it's 2600. Assembly, it's as easy for both of the bicycle. There's no much difference. Both of them packed very well, comes with the tools, everything needed in order to assemble. Again, you just need to decide which one you like the most. But again, if you're planning to ride in the hills a lot, I recommend F3X, because F3X have not like more power. They climb the hills about the same, but F3X can climb like 5 hills with non-stop, with no overheating, while DRT will do barely 1 hill and then overheat it, and then you have to wait. So that's something I noticed on my weight. If you're lighter, you might not have this experience, but that's something I didn't like about it. It will cool down, basically not shut down, it will basically reduce all the speed to like 10 miles an hour, or will not even go uphill. So DRT have protection settings which will basically turn off or reduce the power, so it will not damage the controller or motor or the battery. Again, the battery size on DRT is 52 volt, 20 amp. The new models will have on F3X 52 volt, 25 amp. So the speed wise, I would say it's the same, but because the F3X is much lighter, so I got 1 mile less. Also the tires probably as well might do this trick. But if you're a lighter person, you will not see much difference in speed or power. It's about the same. Climbing up to the hill is a climb about with the same speed, with the same power. I feel more comfortable as stability on DRT, riding on the street or off-road, the braking, everything. It's more like longer base. It's a little bit feel like more solid due to the motorcycle type of fork. Again, if you're looking for something to go like off-road, riding in the hills, the F3X would be much better bike to choose from, because it will have better ability to do that with no brake. With DRT, you will have to take a break. If you're planning to ride in the city, I would recommend to go with DRT. It's one of the best, but it will be very loud of the tires. Everybody can hear that you are coming. Not only the motor, but also the tires will be kind of noisy. With STS tires, it's more silent. I don't know if they're gonna keep the same tires, but probably yes. So again, that's basically this compare video. Hopefully it will help. I'll have discount in description. If you like any of the bicycle, please use my code and discount so you can save money and also support my channel. And thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.